I'm Ashley Albers. I am a physician and I serve as the Vice President of Medical Services and the Hospice Medical Director. And I've been with Four Seasons for about 5.5 years.
I'm Joyce Mason and I currently serve as the Hospice Hospital Liaison with Four Seasons. I have been in this role for 4 years. Basically, I am the first responder for hospice patients at hospitals. And prior to taking this position, I was the director of Elizabeth House.
The Elizabeth House, really, if you look back at our history, is a gift from the community for the community. And it's our, among other things, it's our hospice hospital. And so it's where the often most symptomatic of our hospice patients come. They come sometimes for the end of their lives. They come for a brief period to get their symptoms under control and go home. They come when they can't live at home anymore and need to move someplace else, but need an in-between step first. They come when their caregivers are tired and need a break. That's our respite care. And in addition to caring for the patients, it's a place where we care for the families.
In most cases, it is the intensive care unit of hospice care.
Yeah.
Now, not all patients who go to Elizabeth House spend their final days there, and that's important for people to understand. Sometimes a patient who is a hospice patient is simply too sick to stay at home, and we need to bring them into the intensive care unit, get them comfortable again, and then they can go back home. Other times it's a transition directly from the hospital to Elizabeth House. We get them stabilized, and again, they can go home. For many patients, it is the last place where they are. And beyond being a place, Elizabeth House is a philosophy of care. Every single person who steps in that door, I think, senses that feeling, that caring, that love. Because everything that we do there is focused foremost on the patient, but very, very secondary on the family and the caregivers. And it's a whole team. So it's kind of a family taking care of a family.
Our sort of overarching goal is to help the patient and their family meet whatever goals that they set. And so if what they are most hoping for is to get home, then that's what we want for them. And that's what we work to have happen.
It's not our story. It's the patient's story. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's your way. And our role as caregivers is to listen and find out, what is your way of doing this? The co-creation comes in giving the patients and the families that chance to tell us what it is. Then, with the team's expertise and experience saying, we can make that happen, and here's some options of how we can do that. Which of these feels like it might be the best in this moment? That's the co-creating. The focus, though, is on how do you want this to be? What is important to you? And then how can we do our very best to make that happen? That's co-creating.
We are Four Seasons, the care you trust.